it's going to take a miracle for us to top the group. We're going to have to beat Napoli by 4 clear goals or 4 goals to 1 and above to have a chance of finishing top. I don't see us with the form that we're in being able to do that. This video is being brought to you with thanks to our friends at Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to not only browse the internet entirely anonymously, but also very securely. Surfshark will secure your data with industry-leading measures using uncrackable encryption and the most secure VPN protocols. One subscription with Surfshark will work across all of your devices. I use it for unlocking things like American Netflix. We also use it if we want to watch our Canadian DAZN account and a couple of other bits and pieces. The good news is you can get 83% off. That's right, I did say 83% off. And an additional 3 months free using the Anfield Agenda link in the description. They've also got a really credible and unique 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like Surfshark, it doesn't meet your needs, which I'm going to be honest with you, it will and you won't. But if you do, if you want to change, Surfshark give you 30 days to change your mind. Why not give Surfshark a try? You'll be supporting us here at Anfield Agenda and you'll be treating yourself to the best VPN provider out there, bar none. What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this Napoli preview here on Anfield Agenda. As always, I'm going to take you through my 11 and my score prediction ahead of this Champions League game coming up midweek. Full disclosure, you're probably not going to like my team selection in this video, but I'm going to explain to you why I've done it, and hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. We're going into this game against Napoli knowing that it's going to take a miracle for us to top the group. We're going to have to beat Napoli by 4 clear goals or 4 goals to 1 and above to have a chance of finishing top. I don't see us with the form that we're in being able to do that. And for me, the need for Liverpool Football Club is to go and beat Spurs next weekend and try and take the points against Southampton and go into the World Cup break with 6 points from 6. And that's it. That is where my sole focus is. The Champions League has taken care of itself. We're into the round of 16. We'll see who the draw brings us up against. But after that, it's all about the league. So that's why I'm giving you fair warning before I go in and start going through my selection that you will not like it, but I've given you my thought process as to why. We've done the hard yards. We are through. I think we need to focus on the league. I don't care about this game, quite frankly. So look, let's start with the scoreline. I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw. Even with the team that I've put out, I think Napoli will probably go equally as weak. They'll be focused on Serie A. They know they're already safely through as well. Odds on to top the group. So I don't think that they're going to take that game all too seriously, and they'll probably give a run out to some of their fringe players. So what have I gone with for Liverpool? So let's start off with the goalkeeper and the centre backs. I've gone for Queeveen Kelleher in goal, and I've gone for Nat Phillips and Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez is in there as a punishment for his shitty performances because he has been nowhere near good enough, and hopefully maybe playing against Napoli, maybe that'll switch him on a little bit. Maybe he'll play himself into a bit of form. I don't know, but ultimately I don't want him in the starting 11 for the game against Spurs next weekend. So how he finds himself in here. Queeveen Kelleher, I just feel this is a great opportunity to give Queeveen minutes in a Champions League game under the lights at Anfield, some invaluable experience for him. And Nat Phillips obviously is just in there to make up the numbers as a fringe player at Liverpool. Now we look to the fullbacks. Yep, James Milner at right back, Kostas Tsimikas at left back, for pretty much the same reasons as I said a couple of minutes ago. I don't want to see Robbo and I don't want to see Trent playing in this game because I don't think there's a need to. James Milner will come in and do a James Milner job at right back, and Kostas, absolutely no problems with him playing at any point because he's a very good deputy to Andy Robertson, and again, more experience, the more chances Kostas gets to play in the Liverpool system in Champions League games, the more I think it benefits us overall. So Kostas at left back, Milner at right back, Nat Phillips and Joe Gomez at centre back with Queeveen Kelleher in between the sticks. Now we move into midfield. I've gone for Fabinho and Curtis Jones for the very same reason that I've put Joe Gomez in there, as a semi-punishment, as a way of just not putting minutes into the legs of people who I actually think we need for the Spurs game. I cannot explain to you what is going on with Fabinho. I hope it's a temporary blip. I hope he returns to his brilliant best, but I've got my doubts at this moment. I'm not seeing any promising signs. His body language hasn't looked great. You may have noticed his displeasure at being replaced yesterday. In its own instance, that's not a big thing, but if you add it into everything else, it does worry me. I can't lie. And Curtis Jones, I just don't know where Curtis Jones will ever fit in to Liverpool long term and start week in, week out. I don't know what his best position is. Is it in a central midfield role? Is it to the left of midfield? Is it an attacking left-hand side position? Honestly, I don't know. But I do know that at this moment in time, I don't think he's good enough to deserve a spot on this Liverpool squad. But here we would have an opportunity on a decent stage, at home, in the Champions League, to prove that he does belong. So again, an opportunity for Curtis Jones. I'd like the idea of giving Carvalho and Elliott a run out, just for the experience, not as a punishment, not as anything like that. Elliott didn't have a great game against Leeds, but that's not uncommon for young players. They come in, they do well, their form dips a little bit, and I have no doubt that Jurgen Klopp will manage Harvey Elliott's progression absolutely fine. Carvalho, I was very, very annoyed that he did not get on yesterday when Curtis Jones got on. I don't understand the signal that sends to Fabio Carvalho, who, yes, needs to work on his upper body strength and a few other things with regards to the physicality of how we play, but is a very, very talented, silky footballer, and I've got no doubts that he will make it long term at Liverpool. So I play him in this game for the experience more than anything else, because he hasn't exactly gotten loads of minutes this season, so good chance for him to play at Anfield in a Champions League game. And then up top, who have I gone with? Núñez and Firmino. And this isn't, again, as a punishment to either guy for these. Darwin, I just would like to see him play his way into some rhythm, some confidence and some form. You know, we missed a couple of big chances yesterday. It's easy to defend this guy because I like him a lot. I see a lot of positive traits in how he plays. I love his work rate and his work ethic, but he just needs to get into a rhythm, I think, and sharpen himself up in the final third. His shooting yesterday left a little bit to be desired, but I still think he'll come good, and I think this will be a good occasion for him to, again, get a bit of form. He hasn't played all that many minutes, albeit I know he felt his hamstring a couple of weeks back. So I'd play him, and alongside him I'd go with Bobby Firmino, who is Mr. Champions League himself. Again, not in any way in a punishment to Bobby Firmino, but I would like to be resting Mohamed Salah ahead of the Spurs game coming up the weekend. Now, I know you guys are going to be looking at this team and saying to yourself, Craig, I think you've actually lost the plot at this point. But my take is, I just don't see it as being that big of a deal, this game. We have bigger games to come. The Spurs game next weekend, if Jurgen Klopp rests up a load of players for this game, it gives them a chance to get them absolutely primed and ready to go for what will be a difficult game. Spurs had a victory yesterday that will absolutely put a bit of wind in their sails. They came from 2 goals down to win 3-2, and that will get them absolutely buzzing. And that's a squad that has been, again, struggling with injuries, and Antonio Conte has picked a very similar 11. They have a lot of minutes in their legs, that Spurs team, but when you're winning, when you're picking up results like they did yesterday with that 3-2 win, that'll give you that little bit extra boost. So I think they're going to be up for the fight next weekend. And I don't know how much wiggle room we have, quite frankly, before we really have to start admitting to ourselves that Champions League football looks a long way away for next season as things currently stand. So, as I said, we need to get the wins. We need to pick up 3 points at Spurs, and we need to follow that up with 3 points before we break off for the World Cup. I know we've got a game against Derby County as well coming up in the League Cup. I'm sure Klopp will have a mixture of some regular pros and some of the junior lads coming through for that game. But that is it. That is my 11 and my score prediction for the game against Napoli. As always, we will be doing a watch along of it on the Anfield Agenda Twitch channel. You will find the link to that in the description of this video, or just go over to Twitch and do a search for it over there. It's over to you now. I want to know in the comment section, if you have the time, your 11, what you think of my thought process. Have you recovered from that shambles of a game against Leeds United the other day, and what you think the solutions are for Jurgen Klopp, and hopefully in the market, who would you like to see come in? Personally, I love the idea of Sangar from PSV Eindhoven, probably going to be available in January as well, so hopefully we get the finger out and get some business done. But that's it for me. I will be back same time as always tomorrow. See you guys here. Much love as always. Thank you for your continued support, and I will chat to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.